everybody. Hello tarot friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer or a subscriber, thank you so much for being here, and if you are a new viewer, welcome. I have already selected 3 cards for today's messages. It's a very simple starting point. I'm just going to channel a message you need to hear right now. And I have these 3 cards from the Apparition Tarot deck: 6 of Cups, Page of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. If you would like a closer view, I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you can just see them in more detail. Feel free to take a few deep breaths. Try to clear your mind and select the card that is calling to you today. Here is the 10 of Cups. I've also selected 3 stones to go with each card. If you prefer to pick with crystals and gemstones, we have the LAPIS Lazuli here. Beautiful stone. And this is a shell fossil, also known as a Shiva eye or chakra stone, third eye chakra stone, because of the spiral. I believe that is a snail shell fossil, which is really cool. Very calming influence there. And we have the watermelon Mojave turquoise stone. Beautiful stone with many different colors here. I'm sure you can hear the birds outside my window. They've been very active lately, which is cool. I love hearing birdsong. But yeah, don't mind them. They're busy. There we go. So I'll see you at your reading. Just click the timestamp that corresponds to each card. Okay? See you there. Hello pile 1, I have your cards here. I have already shuffled and selected them, and I am now going to flip them over. So let's see what you have got going here. A message that you need to hear this time. We have the Queen of Swords. What is the message? 10 of Swords. 2 cards came out from the Visionary I Ching Oracle, so I'm taking them out and reading them as one. We have hexagram 58, Joy. I'm trying to get it out of the glare of the light, so I'm putting it over on this side. I hope that's focusing okay. We also have, oh, let me make sure there's room here. We also have hexagram number 51, Shock. Thunder above, thunder below. This one is lake above, lake below. Interesting. Very lake above, lake below, thunder above, thunder below. Joy and shock. Okay. I think you have been blindsided by something recently. I don't know why I want to keep putting this card over on this side. I don't mean for it to be lonely. Okay, I'll figure it out. I have 2 cards from this deck as well. This is the Tarot of Cosmic Consciousness, and 2 cards wanted to come out. The King of Wands and the Chariot. Wow. Okay, that's good there. And we have an oracle card, the Iris Oracle deck. This is Labyrinth, number 23. This is focusing. You can see somebody sleeping up, like, looks like a cloud with a bunch of spirals, as well as this labyrinth drawing. I mean, it looks like they're sleeping as in it looks like they're having a nightmare, some kind of dream And for the Modern Nirvana Oracle deck, we have Synthesis. And we also have another tarot card here with the Nine of Chalices, the Nine of Cups. Okay, so these are your cards. I have additional decks that I will be using to clarify, but I'm just going to start here. Okay, I took a moment to read into some of these cards based on their the deck writers, the deck creators, and there is something really interesting showing up here in this message for you, pile one. I honestly don't know where to start. There's you're definitely going through something that is, I don't want to say overwhelming, just it's a lot for you right now. It's a lot for you to process right now, and that is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm seeing a lot of really good developments here, and you know, joy and shock, like surprise success or surprise rewards that are feeling, they're like the missing pieces of a puzzle that have all of a sudden fallen into place, and you just like can't believe that, wow, that happened. Like, where did that come from, you know? But at the same time, you almost don't have time to think about it too much. Yeah, where do I start? I feel like with this Six of Cups and the LAPIS LAZULI, like, I think that you are overall starting to feel more of an inner peace with yourself. It's almost like you've made amends with yourself. You've made peace with yourself over a particular issue. This Queen of Swords is showing to me that you have, I don't want to say you've been hard on yourself, but you've consciously been very detached lately, and I think it's because it's both that you don't want to get hurt, it's also you don't want to hurt others. I am sensing that you've even been sort of withholding some criticism. You know, you can be critical when you want to be critical, but I'm actually seeing here, because of the Six of Cups and this Lapis Lazuli, I'm seeing here that you are maybe a Queen of Swords type who has been softer than usual, been a bit more forgiving and live and let live than usual. I'm not saying that you are always harsh or critical, it's just that you have that capacity, and lately you've really been intentionally just trying to soften up your words here. And the reason why I say that is because there's a butterfly, there's a sunflower, there's a heart. Like, the energy I get from this Queen of Swords is just someone who is very wise and mature and and very thoughtful in how they wield their words. Their words have so much power. They know that if they, you know, it's sort of like, you know, that you can cut someone down in just 3 words. Like, you just have that ability, and you're not proud of that. It's not like you want to do that. You just have that capacity, and you've reached a moment in your life where you are now taking really ownership and responsibility for that capacity of yours, you know, that way with words that you have, and you just genuinely don't want to hurt people. You want, you know, positive relationships. You understand that when you say something to someone that they take as criticism, and maybe you're not really thinking so much about how they'll react to it. You've realized in the past that, like, you know, you can say something that comes off as harsh, and afterwards you can sort of soften it up because you feel bad that it was received that way. But you know, it just doesn't, it's not the same. Like, when you snap at someone and then you apologize after, like, even if they understand that you didn't really mean any harm, it's just feelings in a situation and awkwardness, or just like, you know, it's just a situation you'd rather prevent than make up for and compensate for. So I do see that with this Queen of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Lapis Lazuli, that you're in a good place now where you really feel like you're using your ability to communicate very, you're just using your sharp intelligence and your, you know, your keen communication skills. You're using it in a way that is mending relationships, improving the relationships in your life. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting so far. That's where I'll start. Now, there is so this is sort of where you're coming from. Now, what I'm seeing happening now, or like right about to happen, is you've got like a lot of opportunities coming your way. I think there are multiple opportunities connected to one big thing going on in your life, and it's kind of shocking you just how, I don't know, you just didn't I feel like you didn't see this coming. I think it is related to this Queen of Swords aspect of you. It's related to your communication skills. So maybe you are in the field of communications, PR, journalism, you know, even programming, like computer programming. I would even say teaching. I feel like communication, teaching, speaking, having to communicate a lot of information, or having to convey information in a way that is understandable by different kinds of people. I feel like that's something you really do very well, and you actually have to do it in your field. So I think that, you know, this has led to this moment now where you are getting a hell of a lot of opportunities, or a big opportunity, like it's just coming at you, and you're like, where did this come from? I did not realize this was all going to happen right now. Like maybe you were planning your life in this way, and you've been working hard to get to this moment. You just didn't think it would come like right now. And so I think you're trying to stabilize a bit, because joy and shock, like you're feeling the shock of having this big victory, or this big, you know, this sort of windfall. Yeah, you're feeling a bit of a shock from it, and I feel like it's even triggering some guilt on your part, because we have this Ten of Swords, and I didn't, for some reason I wanted to put these two cards apart, and I really wanted something in the middle here. So I feel like this is showing a narrative where, you know, you're coming from you're in your, you know, you're just doing your thing, you're really good at what you do, and then King of Wands situation, King of Wands person is like, wow, you're great at that, like come with me, let's go do all these great things together. Like, you know, you're getting swept up into a big project here that has a lot of potential for success. With the Chariot, it just feels like a big operation. It feels like all the people involved in this are very successful. They're all great at what they do. And so you kind of feel like you're entering a winner's circle here. And then the Ten of Swords, there's some kind of guilt, or maybe even imposter syndrome. There's just something that's like, it's sort of triggering for you, where, you know, maybe you are even thinking, oh, this will not, you know, this is just gonna, like you just don't believe that this is going to work out for you. You're kind of afraid that any day now you're going to be caught. I feel like there's a guilty conscience here, honestly. You know, but then we have the Nine of Cups, so it's like, I think this is in your head. I think the message here is that you have nothing to feel guilty for, or that you've done the work. You have done what you needed to do to get to this moment. You totally deserve it. You know, don't beat yourself up just because you are getting an opportunity and someone else isn't, you know, like, that's what I'm getting from this Ten of Swords. There's just some kind of cynicism or some kind of despair that is creeping in, and I think it's even, honestly, I think it's even a little bit of a disillusionment, because maybe you're thinking, wow, it was so easy. Like, why didn't I do this sooner? Why did I feel like I had to torture myself to get to this moment when all I had to do was just be myself? Like, I feel like it's just drawing out some deep-seated feelings in you that you had not really processed until now. So therefore, we've got the Labyrinth, we've got Synthesis, and we have Nine of Cups here, which to me is kind of the outlier card. It kind of feels weird to have the Nine of Cups all of a sudden in this corner, but I know there's a reason for it. So the message for you is, yeah, the message for you is that, like, you don't have to figure things out today. You're going through something emotional, and the emotional process doesn't have logic to it, right? It doesn't have like you can talk about this all the live long day. You can even go to your therapist and talk about it for 4 hours straight. But the way you're going to process this, at least according to your guides, according to this message I'm sharing to you, the way you're going to process this is much more subliminal, and it's much more just simply about accepting and experiencing gratitude. And I think that if you can do anything that is going to help you experience gratitude, that's going to be helpful. I feel like it needs to be something that is not logical. Like, it's not going to be just journaling, here are the things I feel grateful for. I feel like you need to do something that is going to really access your subconscious self. And, you know, therefore it could be something symbolic. It can be something like, you know, taking a beautiful cup or chalice or bowl, you know, a beautiful bowl, if you have like a beautiful decorative bowl in your home, you know, simply filling it up with water, maybe even putting some floating flowers in it, something that is representing that gratitude, that and also that connection to source. So that's just one suggestion. And again, the point is to be symbolic, because it's really in the realm of symbols that we access our subconscious, that the subconscious is more able to receive that understanding, and to shift understanding, to shift perspective. You know, we can talk all the live long day about something, but it isn't until we really receive it and internalize it in that deeper way that our feelings about it start to shift, that we start to feel you know, better, or we start to feel less cynical, less angry even. You know, our feelings are really impacted by what happens at that deeper internal subconscious level. And, you know, and I say this, of course, because there's the Labyrinth here, there's Synthesis. I won't go into the explanations for these specific cards, but, you know, there's just an overall message here that your piece in this puzzle is just, you are where you need to be. Like, there's no other place that you should be or you could have been. Like, everything is just how everything has unfolded the way it needed to unfold. So if you're feeling worried or negative, or, you know, even guilty about the steps in your path that led you to this moment of success and victory and opportunity, if you're feeling guilty about that, maybe like imposter syndrome, or maybe you feel like a survivor's guilt, like maybe you came from a situation where other people, you know, are not doing as well as you, then, you know, there's feelings there that just need to be felt and not stuffed down, you know, felt, and just accessing, you know, some gratitude here. You know, oftentimes we don't realize that we're being closed off, and we're not experiencing gratitude. It's one thing to say you're grateful, it's another thing to feel grateful. So That's what I am sensing here, is that it may take you some time to really get to that place where you, when you feel like more accepting and receptive and grateful for where you are right now. I think your mind has to sort of spin out a bit, just rationalizing why you don't deserve this, or why like this is like impossible. It's like, but yeah, you know, there's that compassionate attitude that you can have towards yourself, that you are the way you are. You know, maybe you're going to overthink some things, maybe you're going to need to talk something to death, and that's okay. Like, you know, if you could take a moment to every once in a while to just look at yourself, have that detachment towards yourself, and just, you know, check in with your feelings, check in with, yeah, I guess that's it, right? Checking in with your feelings. Expressing your feelings again in a symbolic way. Like, if you do write in a journal, that is also great. That ability to reflect is also very important. The ability to articulate our thoughts and feelings is a really important skill to have. I'm just getting a sense that in this particular situation, if you can do something that is more symbolic, even a drawing, even like, you know, using color to express what's going on internally, I just get the sense that that's going to be more powerful and effective for you now. Okay, so that is your message, pile 1. I'm going to pull a few more cards just to see what else we can get from Spirit, from your guides, from your higher self. What else can we channel? Oh, Judgment. What is the message for pile 1? Or clarify, please clarify the message for pile 1. Can I get a response to what I just said here? We have Judgment and we have Page of Cups. Do I want to pull from this deck? Oh. Bottom of this deck is the Devil and the Seven of Wands. So yeah, definitely it's kind of a sense of blocking, being defensive. But anyway, we have the Judgment and we have the Page of Cups here that came out. Let me see if this deck would like to add to the message. Can I get a response to what I've just said? Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Oh wow, 10 of Cups. So isn't that beautiful? We have the 10 of Cups that has come out over this 10 of Swords. It's also come out connected to the 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords. We definitely have a clear message here. About how, you know, having some trust, having some faith, not just in yourself, but in your path. The Judgment and the Page of Cups. It's okay to be scared of success. It's okay to be scared about growth. It's okay to, you know, have some trepidation. But ultimately, you know, with the Judgment and the Page of Cups, like, where you are headed is going to be a big growth experience for you on an emotional level. Again, you know, when I got the sense that like there are feelings that are being triggered, there are things that have maybe been suppressed that are now being released. That is happening here. That is definitely a message here with Judgment and Page of Cups. But again, with Page of Cups, you know, this is about being really, you know, feeling a little bit overwhelmed or inadequate in handling your emotions, and that's okay. You can forgive yourself for not being, you know, an expert. You know, it takes time to get the hang of a skill like and you know, accessing feelings is a skill, articulating feelings is a skill, feeling the feelings is a skill, right? It's not something that will happen overnight if you have avoided doing it for some time. So I think just like being honest with yourself and also being compassionate towards yourself is key here. The Ace of Pentacles also showed up. And the Ten of Cups. So, you know, I said trust. I used the word trust. So I do think trust is a message here. And with the Ace of Pentacles, sometimes I get the seed image with it. I also think that it is, we have a lot of circular shapes right now. We've got the Judgment. In this depiction of Judgment, we've got this big circle here, which makes me think of like wholeness, that integrity. It's like what the truth that is coming out now is the whole truth. It's revealing a whole picture. We also have this King of Wands, which is showing, you know, the it's almost like a sun figure with rays coming out of a really big center here. It feels like a spiral. There's a lot of energy in this center here. So King of Wands, you know, I've been reading it as the situation itself, just a big growth period, but it's also about being your authentic self, being your true self, having that maturity and life experience where you know how to be your true self, you know what it is you are willing to compromise on and what you absolutely will not compromise on, what those deal breakers are. So King of Wands with the Chariot is, you know, showing a tremendous success just based on you having not compromised on something in your life, perhaps not compromising on the quality of your work, you know, and now the Chariot is like this victory lap. But I also want to point out with this particular Chariot that we have these orbs, and even in the description of the card, the artist purposely wanted to draw orbs in reference even to like UFOs and how UFOs might be like related to the gods that are written in, you know, that are in religious scripture and tradition, right? The gods riding the chariot. Every Greek god has a chariot, and so there are a lot of meanings about, you know, our bodies being chariots, our soul and our mind and body connection being like a chariot that moves through the multiple dimensions of the universe. So we have the mastery over duality in the Chariot card here. This is a very spiritual version of the Chariot where again, the mind-body connection is key, and the ability to move through life is also about mastering the cycles of life, because also the Chariot is connected to the sign of Cancer and the moon cycles. So it's like mastering natural cycles, but understanding that those natural cycles are not separated from spiritual cycles, from the divine. So the mind-body connection being also about that integration of spirit and body, of earthly and divine self. So with the Ace of Pentacles, you know, there is an opportunity here. This is like a seed that is going to blossom for you in this new chapter of your life. And this seed is related to just your ability to feel contentment, to be fulfilled, to be emotionally receptive, emotionally supported even. So I think the message here is just, you know, you can trust. You can trust the people around you. You can trust the situation. You can trust in your own ability to figure things out. You can trust in the universe itself. Like, there's a lot of trust issues here. And I think this is encouragement that you can trust, and also that what it means with the Ace of Pentacles is, it's that trust is not just wishful thinking, and it's not just like magical thinking. The trust is about you know, taking actions because you trust in the process. You trust in that whole natural process of how things develop. So I'm kind of getting into the weeds here, but like I keep getting, you know, it's like I get this image of you coming to a clearing, and you know, maybe you've been through some dark wood, you've been through the forest, and you've had to sort of fend for yourself. I'm seeing you with a sword just cutting through this dark wood, kind of fending for yourself, being kind of paranoid, you know, being kind of, you know, having your perception just turned way up because you have to pay attention to a lot of threats, right? So having a really good perception and again, Queen of Swords, the ability to just take in information, process information, and being, you know, able to perceive threats, right? Perceive threats in advance. So this is like a real survival skill that you have. And then I see you getting to a clearing and not believing that, like, wait, this is a safe place. Like, I'm okay here. I don't have to fight so hard. Like, so, you know, in the real world, what that means is like you've got this unexpected reward or opportunity that's just like, you know, shocking you because you thought you had to fight so much harder. You thought it was going to take you so much longer to get to this place. I'm even hearing that like maybe you are able to retire early. Like there's just a sense of a windfall or a surprise, like good news that is really going to impact your life. And so you're kind of in shock and you're kind of in disbelief, and you're also kind of wondering like, oh no, I did something wrong. Like you kind of feel guilty, like this isn't going to work out, like I'm going to be punished, like this is too good to be true. But yeah, so this image I have of you entering the clearing, it's like you're sort of like, what is this place? Where am I? Like, am I really safe here? And as you explore this, you know, this meadow or this clearing, and you start to imagine all the possibilities, like, oh, I could build my house here, I could put a garden there. I get the sensation of your feet on the ground and on the soil, and just being that connected to the earth. And so I think that Ace of Pentacles is, you know, I think that whole vision is about emphasizing the trust in the natural cycles, the trust in, you know, being connected to earth, being very grounded, like you're being held by the earth. You are safe. Your earthly reality is safe. And, you know, there's no guarantees in life that we'll live our lives perfectly or safely every single day until we die. However, with the Ace of Pentacles, there is a message here that you can trust in just how you are built naturally. And you know, you're a natural being, you have natural instincts, and you can trust that no matter what comes your way, you will figure it out. Like all these, I don't know, I'm getting a lot more now the more that I think about this Ace of Pentacles. I think that you have been, yeah, I just think that like it's all going to start coming naturally to you, to trust that you have this opportunity, and your quick thinking mind is going to just really be able to plan and strategize all the creative ways that you can use this opportunity. This Ace of Pentacles is like a seed, but like it's the seed of something that's going to grow into something really big, really major. And again, Ten of Cups. I think you're even seeing possibilities of how this potential opportunity will help others. Like there's a lot of visions here that you're having, and you know, all that's required of you at this time is just, you know, not to feel like guilty for having this opportunity. Just accept it and work on that sense of gratitude, that sense of awe. Like everything's going to be okay. You can trust in this whole process. You can trust that life itself is here to, you know, co-create with you, co-create this reality that you want to manifest. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear enough. Pile one. really beautiful energy coming through. You know, and again with the Judgment, it's like, you know, you are being recognized for something really wonderful that you've been doing, all without just out of the genuineness of your heart, out of a sincere desire to, you know, do good. I think that's being revealed now at this time, and it's leading to a real chance to grow and expand in your life, and likely in your professional life, or in whatever ambition that you have. So that's really good news for you. I'm really excited for you, Pile 1. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you at the next reading. Take care, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we are asking, what is a message you need to hear right now? And I have already selected your cards. I've shuffled my decks and selected your cards, so now I will turn them all over. Let's see what we have here. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Two of Pentacles. Oh, and I should just reiterate, you did select the Page of Swords with the shell fossil, the Shiva Eye chakra stone. We have, for Visionary I Ching Oracle, we have Hexagram 18, Repairing the Damage, Mountain Above, Wind Below. Nine of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. From the Iris Oracle deck, we have number 4, Mysterious Mother. And from the Modern Nirvana Oracle, we have 1, the word 1. And from the Tarot of 1001 Nights, I've got 2 cards here. I have the Two of Cups, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, Pile 2. I get a strong sense that this is about a relationship. I think that motherhood is an issue that it's like a topic that's come up that is impacting your relationship right now. At first I thought, is it a relationship to one's mother, or is it one's desire to become a mother? And I think that is part of it, but I'm actually getting a stronger sense that it's about a partnership between 2 people who are probably discussing starting a family. And it's interesting because, like, I feel like there are a lot of positive cards here, but I feel like there is just something that's been bothering you. Page of Swords was the card you selected, and you have the third eye chakra Shiva stone here, which is a shell fossil. I believe it is a snail shell with this spiral. It's a really cool looking spiral here. We also have this spiral in this card, the Chariot here, this like warrior on a chariot. And then these sunflowers. Are these sunflowers? I think so. So I feel like you and your partner have been able to have some really reasonable discussions. Like, you're both mature people who are able to trust each other, and you just feel like life is moving along in a way where talking about having a family, or even talking about each other's families, like how will we be a unit within our larger family. Like, for example, if your partner's mother or father gets sick, like how would you two rearrange your life so that you can take care of their parent, and vice versa. If your parent gets sick, like what would your partner be willing to compromise on so that you would have more flexibility to help out your parent? That's a pretty specific message there. So I think this can be applied more generally, where it's basically, you know, two people who are talking about a matter of commitment, two people who already have commitment towards each other. Because we do have the King of Pentacles here, we also have the Queen of Pentacles here, we have the Two of Cups, we have trust, we have the Two of Pentacles. So we have a choice that has to be made, or, you know, even weighing pros and cons here, and having a balancing act also is what I'm getting there, because the Wheel of Fortune is right here. This is a very interesting Two of Pentacles. We have two candles that are under each pentacle, a magnet, and then the prayer symbol of the hands with two apples. I really need to take a pause here because I want to read more about this card. It's such an interesting depiction. Okay, yeah, so it's really it's positive overall, because it's about like the hope you feel, the sense of optimism and the hope you feel in realizing like you can plan something really wonderful in your life, that you have maybe some assistance, or you have additional resources that are enabling you now in a way that you hadn't been enabled before. And again, we have Wheel of Fortune there. So maybe your partner, maybe in this relationship, and again, we have the King of Pentacles, right? We have the Nine of Cups, we have wish fulfillment. We also have One. So there's a strong sense of unity, of feeling, you know, together, feeling like a united front, a united vision, a connection, a very strong connection. So maybe you're, maybe you and your partner are actually planning, you know, what to do in this next phase of your life, because you have some resources now and you to put those resources towards your happiness. You don't want to just be, you know, kind of willy-nilly. You don't want something to just be, you don't want things to get messy. You want to have like a strategy, a plan, and you want the plan to really align with your values here. So we also have repairing the damage and mysterious mother. And I think that I'm getting the sense that maybe one of your, either you or your partner, like there is something impacting the relationship. I do think it is a parent or just a relationship, another relationship that has had an impact on the formative years of this person's life. So again, it's either you or your partner who is being directly impacted by an issue tied to perhaps a family relationship, a family tie. This could be a parent, but this could be someone else. I just get the sense that it's someone who is important to the person. It was a person who was a big part of that person's early life, perhaps someone who helped raise them, but not necessarily someone that that you're in touch with, or that you feel close to anymore. With repairing the damage and mysterious mother, I feel like there is some worry or concern about how this other relationship is going to impact your plan as a partnership. The Page of Swords, you know, this is your energy coming into the picture. You really want to know all the things. You want everything out on the table. You're just like ready to hear it all, ready to take in all the information, because you just want to solve the problem. You want to figure out a way through this. it's already feeling a bit thorny to you, and you just want to get ahead of it. Repairing the damage also is this message about, like, you can't just let things slide. You can't just ignore things. You've got to really be aware of things that could be a little problem now, but that might become a big problem later. So you want to get ahead of those problems now. You don't want to ignore them. You don't want to get complacent or be in denial. It's about cultivating, you know, a healthy, it's about cultivating your life, because you just know how to nip things in the bud. So I do think that is what is happening. I think that the overall picture is very positive, because you and your partner are able to talk about this, you know, quite carefully, sincerely. Like, you trust each other, and you also trust each other because the actions have proven louder than words. Like, you both are not just all talk. You both are also very much action-oriented people. So you have been able to build a lot of stability in your relationship. So now the question is, if this is the case, what is the message for you, right? What is it that you really need to hear right now? I think that this is a big confirmation that you two will work this out. You know, maybe if you've been feeling a little bit unnerved, again, Page of Swords, even that spiral, you know, maybe getting a fear that something's going to spin out, something is spiraling. If that's what your fear is, I think this is a confirmation that things are going to work out. You know, it might get a little bit messy or clumsy even, you know, Two of Pentacles. You might have to balance things out, and Wheel of Fortune. You might have to deal with some uncertainty, but like, I think overall you've got a big chance of just success, and again, a strong union, being united on this. So yeah, let me see what else is coming. It's interesting. I honestly don't feel like I have much more to add to this. I think Pentacles are a big part of the picture here. So you did get Ten of Cups. Wow, did I just pull that exact card in pile 1 too? I got a Ten of Cups in pile 1. I don't know if it was the same Ten of Cups. Let's see, anything else here? But yeah, Ten of Cups, like, wow, Three of Cups. You know, there is going to be a lot of good times ahead. I think that whoever this other person is, you know, in your life or in your partner's life, whoever this other person is, you know, maybe what this is showing is that you're at a place now where you have a partner who you trust, who has helped you build a stable life together. And it's because of that you're able to venture into emotional territory that would have been more fear-inducing, that would have been more, that would have just been scary. So like, for example, maybe you are estranged from a family member, and for years you and your family member have not really talked about anything, and it just made you feel unsettled. It made you feel disappointed. You really regretted how that was showing up in your life, that this relationship just, you know, was sort of absent, and this is a person that you really care about, and for whatever reason you just couldn't have this person in your life. Like, you really just needed you needed to go your own way, you needed your individuality, you needed to develop as an individual, and life went on, and then you ended up in a partnership, in a relationship with someone who matches your, you know, has the same values as you, who wants the same things as you, who's able to commit to a shared vision of life with you, and everything's been working out. It's been good, it's been strengthening. You guys have trust, you guys have, you know, the ability to adapt to each other. There's just a lot of beautiful things in this relationship. And so as a result, you're now feeling stronger and more capable to take on that scary, you know, that scary thing that you've been meaning to do, but you just haven't felt prepared for it. You haven't felt emotionally prepared for it. And I think this message is that now you have that. Page of Swords, you know, there is a sense of bravery and intrepidation here to face something, to confront something, to have communication with someone, to break the ice. And again, this could be you experiencing this, but I also feel like it could be flipped and it could be your partner experiencing this. But 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, this is a beautiful, there's a lot of just beautiful, positive affirmation that where this is headed is going to be very happy and fulfilling for you. You know, just good times. 3 of Cups, this is something that's going to be much more easy than, as easy peasy as possible. You know, there's going to be maybe a gathering or a communication, like another form of bonding, and you'll just have, you know, you'll feel like you're getting along with someone. You'll feel on the same page as someone. So I think this is in regards to the person in your life that you're kind of feeling afraid of reaching out to, or you're feeling afraid of like reconnecting. I do think there's a possible outcome here that's very positive. Did I want to pull another deck? Yes, I did. Advice? Can I just get advice? I feel like you may not need advice, but maybe some kind of specific advice. 8 of Wands. That's just like green light, you know, like all systems go, just go for it. You're like, you're good. This is all going in accordance with, it's like best possible outcome, you know. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles, you did the work. You deserve to have something in your life that's not hard, frankly. Yeah, no, that's a really strong message here. You've worked really hard on having where you are. You've worked really hard on where you are in life. You know, you worked really hard to have the stability, to have the positive relationships, to have connection, you know, trust. And now you can just reap the benefits. You know, now is the time to just enjoy, sit back a bit, relax, let things happen the way they want to naturally unfold. With the 8 of Wands, like, you know, don't hold yourself back. Don't feel the need to slow down or hesitate. Like, if something feels good, just go with it. Go with the flow. You're going to do fine. You're going to be okay. Even if there are any like feathers ruffled or any difficulties, I do think they'll be smoothed out really quickly, relatively quickly. So yeah, overall very cool, positive message for you. It's quite specific. Clearly not everyone watching this video is going to be in a partnership or is going to be in this scenario. So, you know, if this is not your message, it's not your message. But if it is, you know, I would love to hear from you, or even just a like or subscribe, to know that this has reached the person that was meant to reach. So thank you, Pile 2, for joining me today, and hope to see you at the next reading. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We are doing today a message you need to hear right now. And I've already selected your cards. I've shuffled and selected your cards. So let's get into it. Apologies if you hear a lawnmower in the background. I hope it's not too loud. So, Pile 3. First of all, I just want to point out that the 10 of Cups is so cool here, and especially with the this watermelon Mojave turquoise. I just love this combination. And the 10 of Cups came up in both Pile 1 and Pile 2's readings, so I feel like already that this message is coming for you, and it's about the message that is coming for you today. I feel like it is about a moment of fulfillment. It's a moment of closure, and something about tying up loose ends, you know, something about having an overview about about where you are right now, and appreciating all the beautiful things that aligned for you to receive whatever happiness or fulfillment you're experiencing right now. So let's get into it. Let's see what the cards say. We have the Knight of Swords. And I also got 4 cards from this deck, in addition to the Ten of Cups. So it's a bit different from the previous piles. 4 cards wanted to come out of this deck. 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. From the modern Nirvana Oracle, we have Friction. Let me put that here, actually. And from the Visionary I Ching Oracle, we have Clinging Like Fire. Hexagram number 30, Fire Above, Fire Below. Wow. Are we a bit crowded here? I'm just going to move things up a bit. And of course we have the lawnmower going now. The lawnmower is part of your reading. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. And from the Iris Oracle deck, 52 is Dream Travel. Wow. And I also have Death and Temperance. Interesting. Okay. Okay, pile 3. Just took a pause to gather my thoughts and think about these specific cards. I would like to read the description for this card 52, Dream Travel, from the Iris Oracle deck. It says, there is a whole world in your dreams that you are very much a part of. We work through our daily activities through our dreams, but your spirit wants to travel further than that. There are other lives that want to be seen to give you information about your journey here in this life. There are possibilities that want to be seen to broaden your ideas about your own capabilities. Open yourself up to connecting with your guides and visiting your other world, your dream world. Very cool. Yeah, I'm definitely getting quite a picture here. I do want to read from Clinging Like Fire because I think this is a really special card as well. I mean, they're all special, right? But yes, fire is also a symbol. So I'm just going to read part of this. Fire is also a symbol of liberation, crackling molecules that fly away from home. Fly away from home. Paradoxically, by clinging to what is natural and appropriate, we gain inner freedom. Given perseverance on your part, this reading indicates success. In spite of challenges, cling to what is luminous in yourself, in others, and in life itself, never forgetting your positive attachment to the highest good. When events seem foreboding or people seem oppressive, remember the good that has been and is yet to be. Holding to this idea is to cling to the power of light, the only force that can illuminate darkness. This also makes me think of the Death card and the Temperance card showing up together. In fact, it also makes me think of Friction because this Friction card the description has a beautiful metaphor about both the pressure that allows a piece of coal to turn into a diamond. So the pressure that we get in life that actually that kind of struggle, that kind of challenge that spurs us to become better people, to improve our character, to strengthen who we are inside out. Friction also refers to another metaphor used is like polishing of a diamond or polishing a mirror. You know, the rubbing being that friction, but the outcome being the luminosity, the shine, the brilliance, right? We also have brilliance reflected in the Seven of Swords, with this person playing chess and strategizing and really using all of their mental capacity to solve a problem that seems very difficult, or it seems like I'm even getting a David versus Goliath energy here, where you have to figure something out, and you may not have all the resources, or you may not have all the information that your opponent or your challenger has. Okay, so I'm getting a lot at once that I just need to synthesize a bit. So, yes, pile 3. Okay, what is the message you need to hear now? What is the message you need to hear now? Okay, first message, or starting point for the message, is that you are tremendously talented. And I think that when I first started this reading, and I pointed out that the Ten of Cups has appeared in the previous readings, and that I'm already getting the sense that you are at a time in your life where you're just, you're getting an overview. It's like you've reached a culminating point. You are able to sort of sit back and reflect and appreciate just a lot of beauty and grace that has showed up in your life. I think that you are very talented, perhaps artistic even. And the way that you've used your talent, I'm getting a strong sense it's very creative, but it can also just be a talent in relationship, a talent in the way you connect with people, the way that you care for people, or that you just are able to build trust. You're able to inspire trust, inspire loyalty. You're able to inspire people to open up to you and be your friend. And so there's a lot of solidarity, a lot of creativity that I'm feeling here so far. And I think that the message is about how you are on a precipice. You're poised to take on something quite difficult, to take on something that the typical person would shy away from. So I think that perhaps it's the fact that you've developed your talent in a way where you're now at a level of achievement or professional success that you are, you're just operating at real peak efficiency. And I don't even want to say peak. I don't think that you've reached your peak. I just think that you're using your talents in a way that is quite brilliant, and it is perhaps giving you a more elevation, more status, more visibility than you've had previously. So I think that there is a message here about just opening up your perception, opening up the possibilities here, even surveying. I feel like it's like how you see a bigger horizon for yourself. And maybe you had just been focused up until this point, you've been focused just to this little arena or this smaller arena, and now you can actually expand your sights and you can look at the bigger picture here. And I think the message here is that you are going to be tested or challenged in a way that's really going to give you a path to I don't want to say it's a path to greater success. I actually think it's more like a path to greater meaning, greater fulfillment here. I think there's something about your relationships in the connection of your relationships to your talent, and what it is that you have a talent for doing, and how you want to use it to reach others, to connect with others. So, wow, okay. I don't know if all of that sounded coherent, so let me try to reiterate. Okay, I think that you have reached a level of success that if you follow the conventional storyline, it means you're going to now go and make a lot of money, or you're going to, you know, get some fame, or get some, get a certain amount of privilege and status, and, you know, just sort of like make it big, strike it big, just have the good life, right? Like, have a conventional form of a successful life. And I think that this message for you is that you're not very thrilled at that idea, and that you're kind of questioning conventional success. You're kind of questioning if your talents are really best used in the way that you're being kind of moved along to use it. So for example, maybe you are very artistic and you're an illustrator, and you you know, you're getting opportunities to design, oh gosh, design wedding invitations. I don't know why that's coming through. But you could make a lot of money doing it. Like, people are willing to pay a lot of money to have you illustrate their invitations. And, you know, you're not necessarily against it on principle, but you're just at a moment where you're like, I don't know, is that really what I want to do? Is there something that's going to challenge me more? Something that's going to, like, give me more of the, you know, that oomph? And so I think that is what friction is referring to. It's what clinging like fire is referring to. It's even the 10 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. It's the fact that you have abundance, prosperity, and stability, you know, showing up, or at least on your path. You know, you're on the path to a certain level of wealth or attainment, financial stability, social privilege, social status. You're like on that path. But with the 2 of Pentacles, I feel like you are both feeling this for yourself. You're also encouraged. You're encouraged to kind of change things up a bit, you know, experiment, take other viewpoints, experiment with other ideas of success. And this is encouraged in dream travel, in like the, you know, this message of dream travel being that there are possibilities that you can access in the dream world. So, you know, when you're in the dream world, you can even think about this as a deep meditative state where your mind is just allowed to imagine and visualize any possibility. When you're in that world, you know, you don't have these mundane realities holding you back. You just like dream up anything that, you know, suits your imagination. And so there is a balancing act of what can you dream up for yourself, and then in combination with what is the path leading, let me put it this way. What are the choices in front of you now that are aligned with that feeling or that goal that comes up for you in that very dreamy, imaginative space? Okay, does that make sense? So let's look at these cards. Let's just narrow my focus here so that I can explain this further. The Knight of Swords, this is someone who is questioning ideas, who's challenging ideas, very intelligent person, even having just a paradigm shift, seeing things in a new light, getting new information that's giving them like a light bulb moment, like, oh wow, like eureka, right? So Knight of Swords, that's the energy there. 7 of Swords, you don't want this paradigm shift or this new perception, this new perspective, you don't want it to go to waste. You really want to use it to solve a thorny problem. And so you are like in this mode of, you know, you don't want to be in a comfort zone. You appreciate where you are in life. You appreciate all the attention you're getting or the positive reception to your work. But you're sort of questioning like what more is there, you know? What more can I do? Or, you know, is this all it is to have this type of artist life or this creative life or this you know, earlier I mentioned maybe your talent is in relationships. Like, is this is this the best these relationships can get? Is there more that we can do together because we have these bonds, because we get along this well, because we collaborate this well together? Like, is there more? Is there a way that we can, you know, tackle something, have more ambition, have more, I don't know, just, let's like, why stop now? You know, it's that energy. Like, why stop here? Why stop now? Why get so comfortable here? Three of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. You know, you really enjoy the work that you're doing, and you have a network here that is really useful, really helpful for you. And so again, it's like you're thinking, can I use this social resource? Can I use this social network to solve a bigger problem? Like, maybe you want to do a fundraiser that helps an important cause that you care about, and you realize, like, wait, I know all these people who I can, you know, they like my work, so maybe I can bring their attention to this cause that I care about. You know, that's what I'm talking about when it's like the Seven of Swords is like really wanting that challenge, doesn't want to just sit back here, but even wants to solve something that's kind of bogus. You know, like maybe with the Knight of Swords you got wind of shady behavior, you got wind of like an industry practice, or you know, you learned about something that is bothering you, and this Seven of Swords is like, I can't let that slide. Like, I want to work on this. I want to work on figuring out how to really solve this, or more like how to hold someone accountable because they're being shady. You know, like there's a sense of valiance here. Like, you want to be, you want to be, you want to do something difficult because you feel like if there's anyone who can take it on, who's gonna just have like the skills needed, even have the persistence needed, have the insight needed. If there's anyone who can take it on, it's going to be you. So, you know, there's a lot of excitement there even. There's a lot of excitement because, again, you want to put your network to use. This Three of Cups is also here because you are excited that you're going to work on something that you really care about, and that you can get other people involved, that it can be this collaborative thing, that this cause that other people care about. So it's also like you want to get the word out to other people. The Knight of Swords wants to be a messenger and someone who's bringing information to their friends, to their social networks. And Eight of Pentacles, like you're willing to do the work, you know. Clinging like fire is also related to that. It's like there's something that you want to catch on, and you want to bring change into the world, and you're very optimistic about it. You feel very strongly that this is important, that it needs to be done. So I think, you know, I think that clarifies what I was trying to say earlier, that the friction, like the challenge is something that you're seeking because you know that it's just going to make you better. It's going to make you better at what it is you do for work or for this talent that you have. It's going to make you better at just being a human being, you know. So there's a lot of excitement, I think. If you're not feeling it already, I think it's coming your way. We also have, so I didn't get to talk about the Death and the Temperance card, but this is also why I'm saying this particular message, is that Death and Temperance. So there is a big shift, again, paradigm shift. You are not looking at the world the same way again. Ten of Cups, you have reached something. You've experienced the best of what something has to offer. You know, maybe you've lived in the lap of luxury. Maybe you've been able to go to the best restaurants, or, you know, done some traveling and like and been to the best museums. Like, there's a sense with the Ten of Cups that you feel very satisfied with an aspect of your life, and you're ready to start something new. And so the Death card, this is a new chapter opening up in your life. You're ready to put something behind you, and you're ready to move on into this new chapter where, you know, you're okay having a new role or a new identity. you just feel like it's a very natural progression for you. The Temperance card is also this beautiful energy where you you feel like there's a lot of grace showing up in your life. You feel supported, particularly by the universe, by the divine. Maybe you're even getting some messages like synchronicity, signs of synchronicity. Maybe there is even a loved one who has been reaching out to you through signs, or a loved one has been on your mind, and it's helping to give you this sense of peace as you go through this transition. So overall, what I'm seeing here is like someone who is feeling a lot of peace inside, but you don't want to be complacent. You don't want to just sit back and relax. You're looking for a challenge, and you're looking for something that's really going to solve a problem. Like, you don't want to just take on a challenge for the sake of a challenge. You really want to bring something out into the world, something that is a way of expressing gratitude, giving back to the world. The dream travel here, again, it's like you should be able to dream up all the possibilities for yourself. Don't let your, let your imagination soar on this front. So I think that is part of the message, is that you're supported. You are, your guides are definitely supporting you in this kind of experimental, imaginative, I want to say liminal space, which is like the in-between, the limbo, the place where we just can experiment because we're not actively working on something just yet. It's like entertaining these ideas, knowing that you don't have to commit just yet. You can just entertain the ideas, and you can see what is coming up from your imagination, what is coming up from your subconscious that's really that's exciting to you, that's inspiring to you. Eight of Pentacles. This is someone who loves their job or wants to love their job. You want to love what you do, You don't want to just do something to make a paycheck. Like, you really want to have meaning and purpose in what you do. Okay, so pile 3, I hope that was helpful to you. Just want to see what other message we can get. We have the 3 of Swords here. What's the 3 of Swords about? Ooh, the Prince of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles. I was looking at the Eight of Pentacles, and I just pulled the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a clarifying message here with regards to the Eight of Pentacles. I wonder if you have been working a lot lately to distract yourself from a separation, a painful breakup, some kind of grief. Maybe it is even losing a loved one, some kind of loss in your life. I do feel like the Knight of Wands energy is someone else's energy. I feel like there's someone in your life who has been very excited. Just someone who's a cheerleader, even. Someone you could always go to be a bit of a cheerleader. Like, you would come to them with different ideas, and they would be like, yes, I like that idea. Yes, like they liked all your ideas. They're very supportive. So the 3 of Swords, maybe you are experiencing a loss or a separation from this person. And the 8 of Pentacles is this way you've been coping by just really focusing on your work and really wanting to craft something meaningful to you. You're not going to waste, you just don't want to spend your time doing anything that feels like a waste of time. You're getting a sense here that life is short, and that it needs to be spent just doing the things that you really care about. And again, like 3 of Swords could be lost in multiple ways. So, maybe there's a separation, maybe this person has moved on, and, if that's the case, I'm sending you my condolences, and, I'm sorry for your loss, and also, Yeah, it can be, I'm getting the sense that, like, if this is someone you have lost recently, I'm getting the sense that you feel like just grateful that you had that person, you've had this person, you've gotten to know this person, you had this person in your life, you understand that life is going to have loss and suffering and grief. And so I feel like you're at a stage of the grief process where you're just able to appreciate those memories and use those memories to keep working what you're doing, keep improving what you're doing. Again, we have clinging like fire. Like, you don't want to let the loss or sadness in your life slow you down. You really want to keep going. And it's even the sense of like working in someone's memory, working in someone's honor. So it's beautiful. That's a very specific message. So if that connects to you, I'm sending you lots of warmth and care. Heavy energy there. Page of Pentacles, yeah. Day at a time, a day at a time. You might be feeling like you might have a really big idea. Oh, you want to do this thing because this person inspired you to do it, and you're just really excited to get the project off the ground, to get going, to get this idea of yours to just like go for it and get it off the ground. Page of Pentacles is the energy of, you can take it easy, you can take it a bit slower. You don't have to be in a rush. Even with the Temperance, right? Temperance and Death, there's a lot of change that you are going through, and so you don't need to rush anything. Let things change in their own time. Page of Pentacles is, a day at a time, little by little, baby steps. Like, sometimes we need to just slow down and assess what we're doing, take a breather, even just get more detail oriented in our work, break things down into a more granular level to solve the issue or to move forward. Four of Pentacles, yeah. So Four of Pentacles I'm getting as like the energy of the energy of even the simple things in life. Like, maybe I don't know why I'm hearing count your blessings. That just came in, but I don't know if that's such a strong message. With the Four of Pentacles, I'm just getting a very grounding energy here. Sometimes it's okay to pause and just enjoy the creature comforts we have, enjoy, even just enjoy our things, our belongings, our possessions. Even just strengthening our finances. Like, maybe you've made some money recently and maybe you haven't gotten around to doing some accounting work and just like getting your finances sorted. Yeah, I feel like you have a big take charge attitude right now, and this message is a big confirmation that you're going in the right direction. But you don't have to rush anything. Like, you don't have to, I think you feel like you're a bit on a timeline and you just want to get something, you really want to get something. You're a bit impatient to just get something off the ground now, but there is advice here to just slow it down a bit, because you've got the skills. Whatever you're working on, you are going to succeed in it. There's no doubt about that. There's no question about that. So you can slow your roll a bit. You can take a bit of an easier pace. You don't have to work so hard, or you don't have to work so quickly. Four of Pentacles, you can sort of settle in to this new project and the new routine that you're doing in order to get this big project off the ground. Okay, I hope that all made sense to you, if this is your message. But I'm glad that you joined me today for this reading, and I think that, again, like I said at the beginning, you're a talented person. So really best of luck to you in using this special skill you have to accomplish this really great vision and dream that you have, because it does look like you really want to help a lot of people with this dream, with this vision. And so I wish you the best of luck. I think you have plenty of it, but I'm wishing you all the luck that you need to succeed. Okay, pile 3, take care.